Hi, my name is Kenny, and today I'll be talking about an unbranded tripod-mounted phone stand. Almost accessible, but at what cost? At first when I reviewed my design, I only commented on its functionalist aspects such as its nice weight, comfortable diameter, and multiple adjustment points, which all lended to be a nice stick to twiddle around with. Or hit people with. I also mainly commented on my own specific uses, not really talking about how others would use it or have problems. I first explored decolonial critiques that could come up with my design. The tripod itself is completely unbranded, so I assume it comes from China, which could be a racist critique in of itself. However, the phone stand is branded with the Noza logo. I lied earlier. Whose trademarks trace back to a company in China. China's manufacturing society produces cheap products that are shipped worldwide. This is beneficial to us by providing overseas markets with many cheap goods, but it comes at the consequence of exploiting workers for that price. Notably, the phone stand had gone down in price from when I first purchased it, hinting at an increase in exploitation. I also approached my phone stand with an anti-ableist critique. For the most part, this design didn't discriminate between different levels of abilities. The adjustment knobs are shaped to help guide your fingers by touch alone. The main structure is also thin and light enough to where it can be easily carried by most people, and its height can be adjusted without much effort once the knobs are loose. For me, it is easy enough to use that I am able to adjust everything with only one hand. These aspects help make the phone stand a good fitted toy by allowing me to play around without having to keep my eyes on it. That being said, people without hands are going to have a hard or even impossible time using this design due to some ableist critiques. The adjustment knobs may be too small to use easily for people with large hands or hand tremors. The knobs also require a fair amount of force to tighten, which may alienate those with weaker hand strength, preventing them to lock in the height adjustments. In addition, there are no hand grips along the bars, which may impact those with slippery hands from adjusting the height easily. Moving to sustainist and anti-sustainist critiques. While the metal rods will likely last, little can be said about the flimsy plastic on the stand and the knobs. The grid infill instead of solid plastic shows cost-cutting measures were put into play, meaning that the piece will likely break at some time and will need to be replaced. This could have been avoided if sturdier materials were used, which would have prevented more plastic waste due to broken parts. In conclusion, I still think the design is good, at least for my purposes. It still performs its role as a twirling stick well, being a good fit and weight in my hands, while also still serving as a functional phone stand. However, I do realize that the creation of this product has come at the cost of Chinese worker exploitation and the environment, as well as not being accessible to everybody. These critiques don't hurt the product's usability too much in my eyes, but they are something to consider when buying, mainly if one has a weaker grip strength.